started a little bit early. I've managed to get up into London just a little bit early today. As you can see, I've got a bald head today. I did have a cap on. I did start with a cap, but somehow it ended up in there. A big gusty, it's quite windy. It's really blustery here at the moment, and a big gust of wind took it clean off my head, straight in the drink. So I'm without that today. So what we're doing was where I started off, where I got to on my last journey up into London. We got right up to Pudding Lane that way. Cruise the theme park, guys. Hey, welcome in. Good to see you. It's really windy here. Yeah, so I was just starting up by saying where I got up to on my last journey here into London was up near Pudding Lane, where the Great Fire of London started, just short of HMS Belfast. So this is where I'm starting off, on the other side of the Thames today, and as you can hear, it's really blustery. As you can see, I've got no hat on, no cap on or anything. I did start with a cap, but where it's really windy, it took it off my head and it ended up in the drink. It's gone into the Thames, so my hair's going to get cold today. Oh, it's really blustery. So what we're doing is just on another guide walk around London, going a little bit further this time. Right, this is actually London Bridge. London Bridge is not what everybody thinks it is. Everybody thinks that bridge there is London Bridge. That's actually Tower Bridge. So this is the London Bridge. So we're going along the Thames, going towards HMS Belfast. It's now a war museum, a World War II warship, which is now a war museum. And then we're going to head on to the Tower of London, which is otherwise known as London Dungeons. I'm not going to see my hat anywhere, am I? But this is how close, how high the tide is. Cruising the Theme Park Guide, one of the famous members of the Disney Streamer Network. This at the moment it's not raining, but that sky tells you otherwise. Prisons for all criminals, and what they used to do is everything was done on the waterways. So they used to cart the prisoners on boat up the Thames to London Dungeons, the prison. There is. That's the good thing about London and the UK, but London in general, is the history. So as soon as you get to like a bit of opening, there's a really sharp wind. I'll just put my glasses on so I can see the writing, so I can see in the chat. Here we go. Again, I wish I'd have paid more attention when I was at school for history. I'd have had so much more knowledge to tell. So as you can see on HMS Belfast, there are people on there. Try and zoom in. So as I said, it is a war museum now. See, I'm not so much of a reader either. I'd rather sit and listen or watch documentaries. And what's your thoughts on Sherlock Holmes as well? Do you believe that he's fiction or fact? Is he a fictional character? I have been on that in my younger days. There's so much of it to cover as well. It's amazing how something so big as that stays afloat. Let's go in for a little closer look. Yeah, he is fictional, but as a kid growing up, I always thought he was real. But yeah, I think he was based on a real detective. You got Tower Bridge there. That was one of the main gateways into London. And over to the London dungeons there. It's a very busy waterways, the Thames. Not with just pleasure boats like sightseeing boats, but there is a lot of freight that comes up and down. And it does go on for miles and miles and miles. So we're going to go up and over London Bridge. It's a shame that we haven't caught it in time, that when the boat's coming through and the bits where the cars go over and the people walk over, excuse me, rise up. Excuse me, one sec. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It's a pity that we didn't get here in time when the middle of the bridge lifts up. I don't really know how often it does rise. It's so much different to London Bridge. If I remember rightly, I think this was erected when we actually sold a bridge to the US. I'm going to have to relook that one up. As you can see, it's a very busy area for tourists. Right. I was actually going to go somewhere before I come across this. I think I may have gone off track.
Walk northwest on the Queen's Walk.
Yeah. I'm going to head back that way afterwards. Totally forgot where I was going to start today. I was just so eager to come here to London Tower Bridge and go over that and show you guys. So eager to come here, I forgot that I was going to start off there. That's alright, I can divert back across London Bridge. So we'll go over here at Tower Bridge, go over to London Dungeons, have a walk around there, and go back to London Bridge, and then go back to where I wanted to show you. And it's another Disney connection. guys have been on is it hurricane or tornado watch? Bridge. So I was just about to say they do excursions in there, so you can actually walk up. Let's see how much the tickets are. Look. £16 a ticket. See, I'm not a lover of heights, so I won't be walking up there. I thought it was raining. I did say that sky looked a bit different to what the weather was actually looking like. Just pan back and look. Look at one of the turrets.
Good job. Estaba pensando eso, que flashamos en otra ronda.
So we're going to take a walk down here. Again, that's another kind of museum now. The London Dungeons. See the big gates. And this is all original cobble street. It's all original.
The London bus on the bridge.
So yeah, and that's the Tower Bridge we just walked across. Old Henry VIII. So this is where the crown jewels are held. And one year as well, on Remembrance Sunday, we have in the UK all this moat. This was a moat that had all this filled up with poppies. So you've got a lot of school trips going in there. See, and there is, where I'm going to head as well, there is like another prison which is a museum. It's called the Clink. What they used to do is they used to hold the prisoners there. Again, it's another museum, and I've been down the steps and you can actually smell something that's not very nice. It's called the Clink. That's what they used to call prisons, and that was a holding area for the prisoners. And what they used to do is then they used to come and collect them by boat, bring them from there. It's just where I started off at London Bridge. Just bring them up here, just a short boat ride away to here, the London Dungeons. And this is where they used to serve their punishment. And they used to be hung, drawn and quartered. Full. It's all still that area, having some work done here now. See, these are the beefeaters, these are the guards. See, because it was a dry boat, a dry moat, they used it as a bowling green and a tennis court to play on in their spare time. It's like a fortress. So we're going to just walk around the other side of it before we head back over towards London Bridge and go towards the Clink and that other little area with the Disney connection. It's all old ruins. Where are we going? Timothy, welcome in. Ooh, just missed that step. So we're in London now. This is London Dungeons. It's all a fortress. So this was the main dungeons, the main prison back in the day, back in the old Victorian days. So there is an excursion for the London Dungeons. See this, as I was saying, all this moat area, all the greenery area, one year they filled that up with poppies to for Remembrance Sunday for our past war heroes. So I'm going to head back down the street now to London Bridge, back over towards the Clink, and show you another little bit of Disney connection. It's nothing to see, it's just a little area. By the tower. There's a crypt in there. It's All Hallows by the Tower Church. See, as I was explaining, the punishment in the London Dungeons is punishment by death, and it's hung, drawn and quartered. And look, see that building over there? It's a pub. See the name of it? The Hung, Drawn and Quartered. Very painful way to die. It's a bit gory, I know, but it's part of history. And again, back to the opposite of HMS Belfast. So London's filled with walkways. It's in how they got from the Clink to London Dungeons by boat, and underneath the piers, the bits where we stand to look at the areas. There's like little holes in for the boats to come in. Just see how close it is. Look. See how wet it is here, because the tide was up quite high. People do go silly. They do start walking down there. I've actually seen people start being daring, walking down there, and then they slipping in and then falling in. That'll teach them. The old winch, look. The winch, what they used to do is to take off the cargo off the boats when they used to just dock here. There's a few of the winches around. And there's the Shard. Right at the very top is the restaurant. And that bridge there, what you see, is London Bridge. So that's where I started off, right over there in that corner. So we're going to head back over that way. So as you can see, it is quite a busy riverway. See, an Uber boat. Have you ever thought of catching an Uber? And there's an Uber with a difference. Yeah, once upon a time this area of London was just all river. There was hardly any roads. Then as time developed, obviously roads, pathways were being made. And this is where I came to on my last trip. This was the furthest point that I got before I turned back and headed back. See, what the boat has to do, it has to sound its horn when it gets to a certain point, but because there's another boat heading towards it, London Bridge, and Tower Bridge. All these bridges in London really are very busy. A nice glare from that sun. It's beating down.
Yeah. I've got a big
See on the wall there, it does state it's London Bridge, just for geographical purposes for the boats, just to tell them exactly where they are. We're heading up and over London Bridge. this is where I started my journey just over half an hour ago.
No, it's been anchored there 50 years, so.
See, this is a nice sight at night where it's all lit up. We have the tower all nice and bright. And then you got over there in the distance, so you'll see it, St Paul's Cathedral. For all you guys that don't know what St Paul's Cathedral is, it's on Mary Poppins, Feed the Birds. It is what it says on the tin, it's a cathedral. See that one? It's just a big dome. Again, that survived the Blitz in World War II. Where I'm headed to now is my Disney connection. It's an 11-minute walk from here. Yeah, see where I'm going, it has no direct ties to Disney, but there is a connection. As you can see how like the streets of Orlando and areas like that, how different it is to here in London. I know London's a main city in the world. You can see how congested and how busy it is. Plenty of Starbucks around. Food coffees. sidecar eateries around here. There's a place there called Borough Market. It should be a very, very busy market area. Done everything. Meat market in there. See how compact the roads are here. How compact and narrow. And how close the footpaths, the sidewalks are to the streets, to the road. Lots of pedestrian crossings. So we have a lot of pubs, bars in London area, and a lot of them are named after royal members of the family and things associated with the royal family as well, like the Georgian Dragon, things like that. So now, I don't know if you've noticed that, and I'll use Jack Sparrow as an example. Back in those days, alcoholic beverages was a big thing. That's all they drank. We're heading away from the centre of London now. Looks like the very, very centre of it. Over when I get a chance into the other side. As I was saying a little while ago, this is a big difference to everyday Disney. Everyday Disney content. So when the red man says stop, you stop. If you're naughty and there's no traffic coming, you just make a run for it. Ooh, we'll go this way. Little alley. Wouldn't like to come around here in the dark. I'm not saying that the streets of London are not safe, but not the greatest. not today, which is a shame. I suppose you get that everywhere. We're walking past a school. I'm just going to head into the area that I was saying there's a Disney connection, but it has no direct connection with Disney. It's just a bit of relevance. And here we are. Oh. Just see the name of this street here. Disney Street. I told you it has no relevance to Disney itself, but there is that kind of connection. And that's that. Disney Street. Although he has been here, Walt himself has stayed here in this area with his wife Lillian, and he has been spotted as well with his daughters. He has been to London several times on business to secure feature-length movies, i.e. Mary Poppins, and movies even before that. So now I'm going to head back over towards London Bridge again, going towards London, going towards St Paul's Cathedral. If I can, I may even take on a ride on the double-decker bus, London bus. Anyone up for that trip? As we're walking around, we're just going to see what pops up in front of us. So there's nothing worth viewing around here. I only come to this part of the river just to show you Disney Street. And there is like a little courtyard there called Disney Place. Again, it's not directly linked to the Disney family at all, but Walt himself has stayed here. Heading back over London Bridge again. So this is what we call south of the river. It's South London. As you can see, it's not the greatest and the cleanest. See, London's made up of five parts, pretty much like New York, so made up of 5 boroughs. See, London's made up of the same 5 boroughs, if you want to call it. North London, South London, East London, West London and Central London. Each have their own qualities, as well as what would be the opposite for qualities, disqualities, nastiness. They have their own vibes, and South London is known to be not the very best. See, West London, that's a place that's named, but it's supposed to be the better part of London. West London. I'm sure there are lots of people out there that wouldn't agree. I might have to do a walk around London at night to show you the lights, how it all is, and the difference how it is during the day. Obviously there's a lot of businesses around it in these parts of the woods, in these areas, so it's going to be more busier as well. And plus it's just nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Some people having a late lunch or finishing off work early. Cathedral, that's called. And here's a strong smell of fish. They have like a fish market on here. Hey, Magic Adventures, welcome in. Oh, good news. Good news. Oh, let's hope, fingers crossed, let's hope you get one. You get it. I have no idea what that thing is up there. I have no idea what it is. Oh. Yeah, it's this way. I'm not going to complain because we don't get to see that often enough. Hey Manny, welcome in. Right. For my poor head. I started off with a cap. When I started off on London Bridge, it was very blustery, and I was right on the river, right on the edge of the Thames, and a big gust of wind come and blew my hat off straight into the river. So I'm hatless. So what we've done, just a recap on what we've done. I started off on London Bridge, walked along the side of HMS Belfast. It was on the opposite side to the furthest point where I got last time. So I walked along the side of HMS Belfast, went over Tower Bridge, walked over Tower Bridge and come off the other side to London Dungeons. I gave a little story about what London Dungeons was and what it is now. To London Bridge, walked back over to London Bridge, where I took you to another Disney connection, but it has no relevance, no direct relevance to the Disney family. It's just a little connection, and that's about it. Where Walt and his wife have been, and his daughters have seen. They have been seen here several times. So then, I want to see London. You want to see London Bridge? Right, okay, we'll go back that way. So I've just been over it twice, and Tower Bridge. So don't get London Bridge and Tower Bridge confused. So as I was saying, we went to a street called Disney Street. It has no relevance to Walt Disney or any of the Disney family, but they have been seen there several times. So now I'm here at a place called The Clink. See, The Clink Prison, London Bridge, from 1144 to 1780. See, it's all full of history. And this was a holding prison. See, it's a little bit of a museum. She's back in medieval times. Get a brochure. Let me just get a brochure to see. It's open 7 days a week. Oh. there's no prices on here. I don't know. See, once upon a time, the museums here in London were free. You can go into them. I'm going to have a coffee in a little while. Yeah. So what the clinker used to be? It used to be a holding prison for prisoners before they took them off by boat to London Dungeons. And London Dungeons is where they were sent to death, where they were hung, drawn and quartered. It doesn't sound too appealing. It sounds a bit gruesome, but that's how they used to roll in the day, back in medieval days. So some old natural building. So this is the Great Hall. See, and that there is part of the Great Wall. It's all original building work. Yeah, they did send criminals. It weren't prisoners as such, but yeah, they did send criminals to Australia. Yes, that is a true fact. There's an old pirate ship. Look. Just zoom back a bit. Don't know if you can see that, the contrast. It's an old pirate ship, the Golden Hind. Yep, so that saying is true. They did send prisoners to Australia. Not prisoners, criminals. And when it become more and more, then they used to start charging £10, which is, say, about $12. See, that's London Bridge there. I'm learning as we're going along. just from memory. So, just back. So you got St Paul's Cathedral again. Where is that from here? There's St Paul's Cathedral just there. So that's London Bridge there, and you got just there, which is HMS Belfast, which you're going to see that again as I go across London Bridge. Yeah, I have family that that had to pay that £10 to go to Australia. Many years ago. And that, I think that was, in the 50s, stroke 60s. I see, and we had a visit when I think I was about 14. We had some family members come over from Australia that hadn't been back since, I was 14. This was in the 80s, and they wanted to take me back to Australia with them. And if I'd have known what I know now about life, I would have gone. But being young, coming towards the end of my schooling days, yes, it is the new London Bridge, because we sold the original London Bridge to the US. Can't remember the day actually. I think it's just a little bit before my time. But yeah, it was a bridge that was that was dismantled and sold off to the US. Where it is now, I don't know. See, in this part of London, it's got all old buildings and new buildings all mixed together. How was Mike after the races? Bet he enjoyed the races yesterday. See, I was looking at that got me thinking with the Formula 1 races. Mughouse. We have two main racetracks here in the UK. One is Silverstone, which is not. It's about an hour away from me, an hour drive from home, and in the summertime they have the Formula 1 race there. And I was looking at prices. Again, that's over a 4-day period, but the main event on the Sunday, the Formula 1 race itself, I was looking at the ticket prices. That was £370.
It's absolutely.
Oh, okay, you had dinner. Oh, that's good. I'm glad he enjoyed it. That's the bridge. Oh, so it's in Arizona. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay. Could have put it to some use over in New York or something, crossing another well-known river. Just look. This is a hotel. Look at the name of it. See, it's expensive to have good times.
Pero may nagpaano ka, diba?
I suppose it's the experience. It's worth the experience, I suppose. If it's something that could be affordable, it's a good experience to have. I'm just heading back now to London Bridge. Ah, bless you. Starbucks. Do you know, Starbucks, Walt Disney World and me all share the same birthday. The birth year, 1971. So really, I should be claiming free coffee and free park entrance at Disney World just for the connection, just for having the same birth year. Yeah, Abbey Road. Yes, I will go there, but that's miles and miles. Let me see how far actually it is. In there to stream there, Abbey Road. There's nothing else around there, just Abbey Road, and I will have to try and tie that in with something else. So I'm not just going to Abbey Road, just because that would be just a 10-minute stream. But then I can always just do a little little video of it and post that. There's always that option. Just bear in 1 second, I'm just gonna see how far that actually is from here. Abbey Road, London. Right, it's a 44-minute drive from here. So if I was to walk it, it'd be 2 hours and 13 minutes. I think that would be more than my 29,000 steps than last time. Oh, you're a huge Beatles fan. Oh yeah. Oh. So what's your favourite song from them? So what I'm doing now, I'm just coming inside a little bit. You can hear the wind because I'm right by the river now. So as you can see in front, them turrets, that's Tower Bridge. So this is a well built up area now for thriving restaurants and businesses, and it's also huge. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's a huge area for visitors and sightseers. Yeah, everybody loves the UK and especially London for the history. Let's head in towards here. Morning Jason, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Just doing another little stroll around London, showing you some sights with a little bit of Disney connection as well. Right, so where you just joined in, Magic Adventures, I showed you the Clink. So that's just a few meters away as the crows fly. So just there's London Bridge. So we was just inside that. So what they do with the prisoners, they bring them up the Thames here, and they take them over to that building there, which is London Dungeons, and that's where they serve the rest of their sentence, where they're sentenced to death. And that's Tower Bridge. Yeah, so we're in London town, just on a little history walk around, and showing you the architecture. And see that building just there, look, it's like, they call it the gherkin because it's shaped like a pickle, and we call pickles gherkins. And that's your not financial district, but it's like all the businesses. It's that wind again. I'm not going to see my hat. See, HMS Belfast now is a museum. And this is a very busy river as well, not just for pleasure boats, not sightseeing boats, but they have Uber boats, also party boats. They hold a lot of parties on boats as well. Not so much now as they did in the 80s and 90s. Little story behind one of them. I was invited to a party on one of the boats. Being of such a young age, my parents refused to let me go on it, because obviously alcohol and age. In a way, I'm glad they stopped me from doing that, because there was an accident on the boat and the boat sunk. So if I was allowed to go onto that, I probably wouldn't be here today. It's known as the Marchioness disaster. See, there's the Uber boat. No, fire away, Jason. Fire away. Ask any question you want to any question you want to know. Oh, bless you. I'm glad in a way as well. I can't see my hat anywhere. It's down there somewhere. So yeah, see the Uber boat. It's crazy. Is that London Rescue? Is that Fire Brigade, I think, is it? London Rescue boat. No, it's not. I think it's just a little tour boat. An Uber, yeah. Uber on the river. That's not something you hear every day, is it? Ooh. Just plugging you guys in. Didn't realise how fast my phone drains out. Yeah, you're right. As Magic Adventure says, we love having you here, Jason. Everybody's welcome here. After Manny, right, after the King let me down last time when I called in, and he said he wasn't in, and then when I come round Buckingham Palace that day and the flag was up, which indicates he was in, I haven't called it. I haven't spoke to him since. Why my phone's not charging either. It's showing 0%. Get back. Get back. Don't go back. And where are we going?